Hello, magical people. How's it going out there? My name is Meg Moonbeam. Welcome back to my channel and the Beyond Mystic channel. And today I'm happy to share our August astrological forecast, the new Astro Woo for August. It is going to be a very interesting month. We're going to be getting into the collective transits, some of my astrological predictions, key themes and overview, as well as readings for each of the 12 sun, moon, and rising signs for this month ahead. So thank you all so much for joining me. And before we get into it, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. We really appreciate all of the support. And if you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available at the link below, consultations.beyondmystic.net. And I'm seeing it's 1:11 p.m. Eastern time. Very, very cool. 111. I've been seeing a lot of triple numbers. Let me know if you guys have lots of those numbers going on. Also, over at ascensionorganites.com, our magical Carla has new Beyond Mystic and Sending Ravens special edition t-shirts available. You can use code Beyond Mystic to get 10% off at ascensionorganites.com. So how's everybody doing out there? Let's start off with that. Jenny G says, stoked for this stream. Yes, I am too. This is going to be a very interesting month. Oh my God, you have your Jupiter return tomorrow? Happy Jupiter return. That is amazing. So cool. So yeah, let's start off with going over some of the kind of themes for this month ahead. So for most of the month of August, we of course are in Leo season. Later on in the month, we will enter Sun in Virgo season. And Leo season is, when the sun is at its height of power in the Northern Hemisphere, the sun's home sign, Leo, the strongest astrological season where it's all about fun, play, creativity, enjoying life, sharing your gifts and talents, being in your confidence. Okay, so this is a very fun, light astrological season. The start of this Leo season has been a little bit more on the intense side because we have had Sun in opposition to Pluto, which we're still in the influence of as I'm filming today's video. Filming this on July 29th, Tuesday, July 29th. But we're going to have some very nice aspects throughout this month, as I'll get into when I share some of the key dates. So we're in Leo season for most of the month. We're also in a retrograde city. Okay, that's a fun astrological term that we like to use when we got a whole lot of planets retrograde. Mercury is retrograde, Pluto, Chiron, Neptune, Granddaddy Saturn. Chiron actually is going retrograde, I think, tomorrow. Yeah, July 30th from when I'm filming this video. From August 1st to August 11th, 5 heavenly bodies retrograde. Then from August 11th, Mercury goes direct, and we're still going to have Pluto, Neptune, Chiron, Saturn, all retrograde. So it's really, really interesting when we got a lot of planets retrograde, we can be having people, places, things, information coming up from the past for review and healing and reflection. Now, a lot of these planets, actually, all of these planets are in fire signs. Yeah, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, Chiron, Mercury, they're all in fire signs, retrograde. So these retrogrades have a lot to do with our personal identity, our sovereignty, independence, our gifts and talents, taking our power back from places that we've given them away. Also, a major theme of the month is from July 30th, so before August starts, to August 15th, Saturn and Neptune will be conjunct in Aries at 1 degree, which is an Aries degree. Now, we're not going to have that exact Saturn-Neptune conjunction until February 19th, 2026, I believe, if I'm remembering that correctly. But they're almost exactly conjunct. And we haven't had Saturn and Neptune in the same sign and degree for a very long time. And this is in Aries at an Aries degree. So expect very big foundational world changes. I'm going to be doing a whole separate video on that conjunction, so stay tuned for that. Also, that Saturn-Neptune conjunction is very much about the end of the matrix, dissolving of the old structure that no longer serves us. Another theme is very interesting. Mars will be making a lot of exact aspects throughout August. Mars is going to be making exact aspects with all of the outer planets, also with Mercury. So it's kind of interesting. We got a lot of planets retrograde at the moment, including Neptune and Saturn in Aries, one of the two signs that Mars rules. Retrogrades are about the past and reviewing and reflecting, and Mars is about energy and moving forward in the divine masculine and asserting our boundaries. So we're really going to be feeling that Mars influence throughout the month with a lot of these Mars exact aspects of, and I keep hearing Spirit say for this month, there's a very big theme of where have we given our power away and taking our power back, standing up for ourselves, asserting our boundaries, balancing our divine masculine with our divine feminine side as well. So those are some of the major themes that we got happening throughout the month. Let's take a look at some of the key astro dates that we've got going on here. Oh, cool. We got Southern Alberta in the house. Hello, Southern Alberta. How are you? Okay, so we're starting off the month on, sorry, you guys, I'm going to turn my phone sound off because I don't want to get distracted with all those sounds. The ding, 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 dings. I don't want to be hearing that. Okay, so we're starting off the month August 1st, Friday, August 1st, with Venus square Neptune and Saturn on the same day. So that's definitely, challenging aspect between our values, our relationships, pleasure and beauty in life, with our ideals, Neptune, our spirituality, creativity, and Saturn, our sense of responsibility and reality check. So at the beginning of the month, it's interesting with that Venus square Neptune and Saturn, Mars entering the sign of Libra, one of the two signs ruled by Venus on August 6th. There's a big theme around our relationships, things being kinked out in our relationships, work, things that need to come to the surface for clarity or healing. On August 8th, we've got, that's going to be a pretty intense freaking day, Mars in an opposition to Saturn, with Mars trine Uranus on the same day. So that's going to be pretty intense. And that's also the day before a full moon in Aquarius on August 9th, with Mars in opposition to Neptune on the exact same day. So let me just share the chart for a moment on this Aquarius full moon on August 9th. Okay, and what is the sign of Aquarius about? Let me know in the live chat, my astrology friends. What is Aquarius all about? Does anybody know? With this full moon being in Aquarius, with the dispositor, well, there's two dispositors, Saturn and Uranus, both at 1 degrees. This is going to be a very strong influence of a full moon in Aquarius. Like Crystal Sevens, I'm so grouchy today for not sticking to my boundaries. Yeah, we're going to be really feeling it, really tested on sticking with our boundaries this month for sure. So I'm asking, what is Aquarius rule? Miss Invisible says revolution. Yeah, you got it, Miss Invisible. And that's one of my predictions for this month. I think we're going to see huge revolution and protests, okay? Over social justice issues, over information from the past being hidden. Moon Vibe says revolution, rebellion, weirdness. Yeah, I like that you put that word weirdness. Aquarius is the sign of weird, right? So it's going to be a very weird new moon. Jenny says innovation, invention, higher consciousness, humanity, and so on. Yeah, so we'll be feeling all those Aquarian ruled areas very strong during the full moon. So our annual full moon in Aquarius is going to be happening at 16 degrees of Aquarius on August 9th. This is a full moon that is a huge illumination and completion point for all Aquarian ruled areas of life, including the future, innovation, friendships, group associations, community, our higher dreams and hopes, and technology. Expect great technological advancements during this time as the collective moves forward. Mars will be in an exact opposition to the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, which, remember, that conjunction isn't exact until February 2026, but will be within the same sign and degree. So that's going to bring a dramatic release of outdated government and technological systems that no longer serve the collective. We may literally see, I think we probably will see, all over the world, people like fucking fed up. Okay? Mars at 1 degree, a Mars Aries degree, in an exact opposition to Saturn and Neptune, with this full moon in Aquarius, which is all about the future, humanitarianism, freedom. We're going to see people losing it, okay? Not necessarily in a negative way, okay, but losing it. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm already feeling this in the sense of, are we not over this yet? Like, can we just get the truth, please, of what's going on here? Right? Linda says, fed up, been there, done that, living it, LOL. So yeah, this is a portal, this full moon in Aquarius, where our collective is like fed up with the lies, with the outdated structures. And I think we may see massive protests and revolution happening, possibly in multiple countries. Okay. Remember, we got Jupiter in Cancer. Cancer rules countries, patriotism. We're lucky that with that full moon in Aquarius, even though there's a very challenging aspect of Mars in an opposition to Saturn and Neptune, those are all malefic planets. Okay, that could bring it into a very weird, intense place. We're lucky that we've got Jupiter and Venus conjunct the two benefics. So this isn't going to be like a bad full moon. It's not going to be negative, but people are really going to be feeling their frustrations. They're going to be voicing that. And I think we're going to see countries over the world rising up big time, as well as a time of, as I said, really big technological innovation, shocks, surprises, weirdness. So that's exact on August 9th. We'll be in the portal of that full moon 3 days before and 3 days after as well. Okay, going back to our little slide that we've got over here. August 10th, Mars trine Pluto. Guys, look at all these Mars aspects. Look at all these Mars. Let's do a count. Mars opposite Pluto. Sorry, Mars opposite Saturn. Mars trine Uranus. Mars opposite Neptune. Mars trine Pluto. Mars sextile Uranus. Are there any other ones? Let me double check in my notes. Is there 5? Yeah, I guess there's 5. That's a lot. That's a lot with all the outer planets in 1 month. I'm just doing a double check here. Yeah. So 5 exact aspects throughout the month with Mars to all the outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, Uranus, and the most inner planet, Mercury. Hello, Sunny, in the chat. So, and I'm feeling this very strong. And it's funny, somebody said it in the comments. Follow your, we need to think like an Aries and a Scorpio this month with all these Mars aspects, Saturn, Neptune conjunct in Aries at an Aries degree. You need to follow your self-sovereignty, your inner authority and leadership. Put up boundaries if necessary, and don't take any shit from anybody or from any situations. Okay, and Mars is also about bravery and confidence. So there may be situations coming up for the whole collective and each of us personally this month where we might be scared of something that might be coming up, not because there's something bad happening, but there could be something triggering, up leveling us to a new place where we need to be bold. Okay? We need to be bold, like Aries and Scorpios. Those are two very bold signs. It's interesting because Aries rules fearlessness and Scorpio rules fears, right? So that's that dark and light side of Mars. We're being called to be in the fearlessness where we might have to make some big decisions, some huge life decisions. I know many of us are thinking about moving to new lands, moving to new places, changing our careers, stepping out of the matrix, leaving relationships that no longer serve us. That Mars in Libra is very much about our relationships, our commitments, others in our lives, pleasure and beauty, how we show up. So I feel this Mars influence is a very big deal throughout the month that I'm going to be touching on throughout in my daily astro shows. May do some specific videos on some of these aspects as well. Dusty says, getting sovereign will be much easier when competing is replaced with cooperative self-determination. Very well said. I'm also feeling intuitively like with all this Mars influence, Saturn, Neptune conjunct in Aries, a full moon in Aquarius, we may see a country want to leave a monarchy. Right? Aries is about independence. Aries and Aquarius is about freedom. So this is huge geopolitical changes in the sense of taking our power back, right? Or a leader falling that's been a part of that old system. Might even be more than one. So August 10th, Mars trine Pluto. August 11th, yay, Mercury goes direct in Leo on the same day as Venus conjunct Jupiter. Woohoo! That's like the luckiest aspect you can have in astrology. So August 11th, after, what's the time? Let me double check when Mercury goes direct. Mercury goes direct at what time? 9:29 a.m. Eastern time, August 11th. So after that, wait, oh my God, you guys, that might be the wrong time. One sec. I'm like double checking everything with this Mercury retrograde. Yeah, 9:29 a.m. Eastern time. Mercury direct. Venus conjunct Jupiter. That is lucky, 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 positive. And in the sign of Cancer. Excuse me. So that beautiful Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer, with Jupiter exalted in Cancer. Venus likes to be in Cancer. It's about luck, positivity, blessings to our families, our emotions, our intuitive development, our homelands, countries, properties, those Cancer ruled areas, women. August 14th, Mercury sextile Mars, another Mars aspect. August 15th, Venus trine the North Node. Always important to pay attention to those North Node aspects. Can be very fated, auspicious days. August 22nd, we enter Virgo season. Happy birthday to all our August Leos, our August Virgos out there. On the same day, Venus square Chiron. So that's going to be an intense energy shift. It's interesting because Virgo is a sign very much about healing, the healing arts, right? Chiron, the wounded healer, that some astrologers think is the ruler of Virgo. I don't really subscribe to that, but I can see how Chiron, can definitely be a big influence for Virgo. So that'll be and this Virgo season, you guys, I've been talking about it. If you follow me, if you've been following me for a while, I've been talking about even before the Maha movement last year. I said, watch out for end of August, September 2025. We're going to have huge advancements in the health and medical field in a positive direction. So we're talking cures for diseases. Sorry, guys. I turned my phone off. I don't know why it's calling me on my phone. Don't know if you guys heard that. Huge advancements in the medical field and information being revealed about our medical system, about the health side of life that will be challenging to hear because it's affected all of us. But we need to move through that, right? So, okay, now we go to our new moon in Virgo, August 23rd. This is the chart. Now, this new moon in Virgo is going to be one of 2 new moons in a row in the sign of Virgo. This is very special. August 23rd, new moon, 0 degrees of Virgo. Then September 21st, we have new moon solar eclipse, 29 degrees of Virgo. Very excited for what's going to be announced and the innovations in health. I want you guys to be very mindful of your health these next few months as we're coming up to an eclipse season in September 2025, and we're coming out of that eclipse season. Hi, Luke. Nice to see you. And what do I mean by being mindful of your health? Making sure that you're eating really good, nutritious, organic as possible food and drinks, alkaline water. I do suggest, and I'm not a medical expert, okay, maybe we got some medical experts in the live chat or the comments below, taking really high quality supplements, immune supplementation at this time, because with all this Virgo energy, even though it's good stuff going on and we've got badass, very cool aspects with all the outer planets, 2 new moons in Virgo in a row. This is also where health issues that we've maybe been putting to the side can be coming up if we've been procrastinating on things. So, taking care of your health in the ways that resonate with you. This is going to be a very big theme with the new moon on August 23rd. Okay. So amazing new moons to be setting intentions for anything that has to do with health, routines, day-to-day work, starting new things in alignment with those Virgo areas. And that new moon, August 23rd, will be our last lunation until eclipse season starting in September 2025. August 24th, we've got Sun square Uranus. Okay, it's going to get weird. It's going to get weird. It's going to feel unstable on that day. Also with that new moon in Virgo, it can be like shocking health information coming up. Shocking innovations, weirdness. August 25th, Venus enters Leo on the same day as Venus trines Saturn. August 26th, look at this, 3 exact aspects with Venus. Venus sextile Uranus, Venus trine Pluto, Venus opposite Pluto. Wait, that doesn't make sense. That's a typo. Venus sextile Uranus, Venus trine Pluto, and Venus sextile Neptune. Sorry, you guys, that is a typo. So there's also a lot of Venus aspects this month, actually. There's just as many exact Venus aspects as there are Mars aspects. The Mars aspects, I think, are very strong because we do have also Saturn and Neptune in Aries at an Aries degree, as I was saying. So, Mars, the divine masculine, Venus, the divine feminine, it's the balance between the two this month as a really big theme. And we're finishing off the month with a grand aspect between 2 of the outer planets, Uranus sextile Neptune, on August 28th. I'm going to do a whole separate video talking about that. This is right before, all these planets retrograde one last time into Pisces and Taurus. Neptune's going back in Pisces. Uranus is going back in Taurus. We're going back in time for a few months. But before that, we'll have that beautiful Uranus sextile Neptune. That is a huge activation of our DNA, our spiritual gifts, innovation again in the health field. Neptune rules the health field. Uranus is innovation, the arts industry. So this is big stuff going on this month, you guys. Wowzers. Before we get into our readings for each of the 12 signs for the month, and we're going to start with our Pisces, because I'm going back and forth between starting with the Aries and starting with the Pisces, and because I think that's fair to do. Before we do that, let's pull some cards for the collective, for all of us, for this month ahead of August. What the heck does the universe, Great Spirit, want us to know as we step into August 2025? Page of Cups. Six of Wands. I love that card. Ooh, Five of Wands. Lots of Mars energy. Five of Wands. And bonus card, wow, Six of Cups. Nostalgia. I love that we've got the Six of Wands. This is the victory card, okay? This is a month of victory. This is a month of big wins for the collective and each of us personally. You have earned every one of your successes. Progress, confidence, conquest, public recognition, triumph. I'm hearing Spirit say, we, the people, are triumphant. We, the people, have won. We, the people, are victorious. There's a big win. There's a big win, and it feels like it may be connected to people rising up, a really big protest or a revolution of some sort, or us, yes, Miss Invisible, overcoming challenges, something that's been weighing heavy on us. It's like, finally, we've got that out. And it was all of us that stood up about it, all of us that was in our boundaries and our confidence. And that may be in regards to multiple things. Five of Wands, arguments, conflict, struggle, tension. We're in a spiritual war, if you don't already know that. So this is where we can be feeling really big extremes in one day I'm feeling amazing and positive and everything's good in the relationships and in my outer world. And then the next day it's struggles and it's shadow work and it's things coming up that don't feel good, but need to come up. So I always feel like with this card, pick your battles. Okay, be very mindful of your battles, arguments, getting into it with people. That is so weird. As I'm pulling this card, my hands are getting hot. Why are my hands getting hot? Okay, that's making me feel like, and sorry, you guys, I'm a crazy psychic lady. I see things, I feel things, I hear things. I'm getting like one way we can work through this Five of Wands energy of conflict, you know, that Mars influence very strong with a lot of the Mars aspects. There's something about doing things with your hands, moving your energy physically, which is very Aries. It's interesting because Gemini and Mercury rules the hands. We are in a Mercury retrograde. Doing things with your hands, being creative, being mindful of your hands when you're speaking. Jenny says punching bag. Maybe we need to do a punching bag. You know, there's just a message of like being mindful with your hands, which is also our body, right? Playing an instrument, drawing, painting, cooking, sewing. That may sound weird, but there's just a message coming in with that. Okay. Page of Cups. Yeah, people are emotionally sensitive, emotional up and downs. Don't take things personally from other people. Okay. Relax. If someone has a freak out, Aries energy, Saturn, Neptune conjunct in Aries, Chiron retrograde in Aries, all this Mars. Aries and Scorpio, the two signs ruled by Mars, you know, can just have freakouts. right? So if you have a freak out or someone else around you has a freak out, just, okay, similar to like a child. Aries is the sign that rules children. Just go, okay, that was kind of freaking weird. That person had a freak out, but not going to take that personally. That was their inner child getting triggered by something. So sensitivity. And the Six of Cups has been coming up quite a bit lately. Nostalgia, memories, people, places, things from the past, dreams of the past, healing regarding the past. This is a great month to be doing healing work around the past. If there's anything that you feel has been blocking you, weighing you heavy, I'm getting the message again. I got this a couple of weeks ago. I'm getting the message again. If there's somebody that you've been dreaming about, you've been thinking about, that you haven't talked to in a while, maybe reach out to them. Okay, because we're all connected, we're all psychic. And maybe there's a loved one that's going through something right now. That's why you're picking up on them. Or maybe there's some things unsaid that need to be said. Let's pull another bonus card. Oh my God, we got the Empress. Yay. Sorry, the cards are a little bit blurry, you guys. The Empress. Be happy with the results of your actions. Fertility, beauty, nature, happiness, fulfillment. Yay. Even though we got the Five of Wands, we got the Six of Wands and the Empress. So this is positive. There's challenge. We're in a spiritual war, but we can still be in enjoyment. Connecting to nature is really important. Celebrating all the victories. Cool. Okay, now we're going to go into each of our 12 signs for the month of August. And I recommend that you listen to your rising, your sun, and your moon, if that resonates with you. Okay, because they can all actually be accurate. Those are your 3 most important placements describing you. So I always recommend listening to your rising sign first and foremost, and then also the sun, also the moon. And we're going to start with our Pisces. Pisces this month, very significant aspect on August 28th between your ruler Neptune and Uranus in an exact trine. So this is going to affect the whole collective, but specifically Aquarians ruled by Uranus and Pisces ruled by Neptune. So when we get closer to the end of the month, okay, there can be some huge liberation, Uranus's liberation of past blocks, issues. There can be positively weird, shocking opportunities coming forward. So if we're getting to the end of the month and you're like, this is weird, this is very Uranian, but in a good way, it's because Uranus is sextile Neptune. You're ruled by Neptune. Amazing time for new beginnings. We'll be out of the Mercury retrograde around that aspect. Full moon on August 9th in Aquarius is in your 12th house. Okay, so that 12th house is the Pisces ruled areas of life. So that's going to be a full moon where you're going to be really feeling it August 9th. And within that full moon portal, sensitivity, amazing for dream work, creativity, spirituality. Full moons in our 12th house can be moving past really big karmic undoings, heavy karma. Okay, you can be feeling really psychically sensitive around that time as well. And you can be having really brilliant creative ideas with that full moon, or traveling to a weird, different than usual, faraway location. Many of you guys may be doing. New moon on August 23rd in Virgo is happening in your 7th house. So that's an amazing new moon to be setting intentions having to do with relationships, love life, commitments, your aesthetic. Okay. Also, when we've got transits happening in our 7th house, other people in our lives can be really highlighted or maybe needing our support or intention. If you're a single Pisces, that's an amazing time to be going out and dating. Okay, so just saying. And also, I love the Virgo energy for, Virgo is really good at seeing through bullshit. Okay. So with that new moon in Virgo, Pisces, if you're dating or if you're spending time with a new friend or a new possible work associate, Virgo helps us to be very analytical, judgmental, which can be in a good and negative way, and see things very clearly. And your card for the month of August, Pisces, with these astrological transits is the Queen of Wands. This lady, oh my God. Oh my God, you guys, my light almost just fully fell over. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, Pisces. Sorry, everybody. My freaking podcast light just fell on my desk. What the hell? Okay. Oh my God. What is wrong with this thing? Okay, I'm just going to turn this off and put this down. Woo! Okay. Mercury retrograde, I'm telling you guys. This one. Okay. Pisces, back to you. Queen of Wands for the month of August. You can always call on your natural confidence. This is a month where you can be feeling really confident. It's great for you to be sharing your gifts and talents, warmth, passion, enthusiasm, determination, independence. I'm hearing this is a month of breakthroughs for you, Pisces. A huge month of breakthroughs, feeling even more confident, surrounding yourself with people that support your passion, support your authentic energy, and you up-leveling into greater levels of leadership and sharing your authentic self out into the world. Love you, Pisces. Okay, next we move on to our Aquarians. Okay. Aquarians. GS Lauren says, Mercury is definitely stalking you. I'm telling you guys, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. This is the last time I'm going to say it because I've said it like every day. Some of you guys are probably sick of me saying it. People have been missing readings with me, left, right, and center. There's been schedule changes. There's been technical difficulties. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm going to be celebrating August 11th when Mercury goes direct. I don't care what anybody says. It's been a pain in the ass. For me, at least. I hope it's better for all of you guys. Aquarians. So similar to what I said for the Pisces ruled by Neptune, you're ruled by Uranus. We're going to have that beautiful aspect with two of the outer planets, Uranus trine Neptune, on August 28th. For the whole collective and for you and the Pisces in particular, huge life breakthroughs, liberation, spiritual awakening, changes. So I want you Pisces, Aquarians, and everyone else, pay attention to August 28th because that's going to be a very interesting moment. Full moon in Aquarius happening in your first house on August 9th. So this is, a full moon with your ruler Uranus, 1 degrees of Gemini, in a grand air trine with Mars and Pluto. This is extremely empowering to you, okay, Aquarians? I love this full moon for you to do release work, for you to be your weird, authentic self out into the world, try new and different things. And remember, you've got Pluto in your sign for the next 19 years. So embrace the transformation, embrace the shadow work, embrace the very deep layers that are healing and unfolding for you. And this full moon in Aquarius, it's a very big one. I'm feeling intuitively like to Aquarius, some of you guys may be very sensitive to it. Some of you guys may be like, I'm feeling amazing and I'm on a high. And then other Aquarians, sun, moon, and risings may be like feeling kind of shitty, okay, for lack of a better word, feeling really sensitive. Shitty isn't the best word. Feeling really sensitive, feeling down, feeling in fears. I'm getting, it's different Aquarian to Aquarius to Aquarius, okay? but embrace the change. Aquarius has to do with change and liberation. That is coming up for you, and the opportunities that are coming up for you with this full moon. And if you are one of the Aquarians having more of the sensitivity, instability, get out into nature and regulate your nervous system. Okay. New moon in Virgo on August 23rd happening in your 8th house. So yeah, there's a very strong energy theme for you this month of transformation, revealing, secrets coming forward that liberate you. Okay, new moons in the 8th house are great for starting to merge resources with a partner, for starting a therapy program or healing arts program, intuitive development, starting new relationships. So you're going even deeper into your own relationship with yourself and relationships with others this month. And very empowering with that full moon in your sign with that grand air trine. Let's see what your tarot message is for the month of August, Aquarius. Ooh, 9 of Pentacles. Inheritance, accomplishment, covetousness, I don't know how to pronounce that, self-care, reward, luxury, satisfaction. Enjoy the results of your hard work. Whoa, I'm getting a huge ringing in my ears for you, Aquarius. I haven't had that in a while. I just got a huge ringing in my ear. Yeah, Aquarians, you're going to be having more ascension symptoms. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying that. You're one of the 12 signs, Aquarius, sun, moon, and risings. You're going to be having like weird ascension symptoms. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with you if you're having like ringing in the ears, you have a random physical pain, headaches, tiredness. You're processing a lot of, you are the Aquarians. We're entering age of Aquarius. We got Pluto in Aquarius. You're processing this on very deep levels, even more so than a lot of the other signs this month. So interesting, the 9 of Pentacles, like get grounded. Again, there's a message coming through for you. Spend time in nature, in the wilderness if you can. There's abundance coming forward. There might even be an inheritance coming forward. That's interesting. With the new moon in your 8th house, there could be gifts coming forward through a loved one. There can be gifts through merging with others that can be long-lasting abundance coming in. Remember, Aquarius is about teamwork and friends and working with others. And as we enter this age of Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius, it's good for us to be working with others, not just on our own. So I hope that made sense, Aquarians, and sending lots of love your way. Next, we've got our Capricorns. Capricorns, we are having very interesting aspects to your ruler this month. Venus square Saturn on August 1st, Mars opposite Saturn on August 8th, Venus trine Saturn on August 25th. So, you know, the first week, 2 weeks, Capricorn, of the month of August, you can be feeling heavy. Okay, and Capricorns, I've got my moon in Capricorn, so shout out to all my Capricorns out there. Hello, Red Pill Rooster. Nice to see you. Another Capricorn in the chat. Yeah, the first week or two can be feeling a little bit heavy with Saturn square Venus and an opposition to Mars. Might even be a little bit unstable. You might even be feeling a little bit unstable. Okay, but as we go throughout the month, it's going to get lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter, especially when we got that Venus trine Saturn later on in the month. And Mercury is retrograde, so Capricorn, please be mindful of that. Don't force anything right now, okay? I know you guys love to work, you love to get shit done. We're in a Mercury retrograde until August 11th. Your ruler is square Venus. Your ruler is opposite Mars, first week and a half of the month. So just take it easy. Enjoy the Leo season. Don't force anything right now. You don't always have to be accomplishing. You don't always have to be working. You don't always have to be, you know, intensely doing something. Jean says, I have been feeling heavy already, Capricorn, moon, and rising. Yeah, we've already got, it's July 29th as I'm filming this video. Venus is square Saturn right now. So this can be bringing up Saturn is challenge and heaviness and delays in our work, relationships, Venus, pleasures of life. So just move through that. We'll be out of those heavy energies in about a week and a half. Linda says, is that why I am feeling kind of blah since yesterday? Moon in Capricorn. Yes. Guys, one of the best pieces of astrological advice I can give you is it's very important to pay attention to the ruling planets of your sun, your moon, and your rising. In particular, your rising, because the ruler of your rising is your chart ruler. This is getting a little bit technical. But whatever's going on with your planetary rulers of your signs has a huge influence. So yeah, that does make sense, Linda. Crabman says, Cappy rising, I hate summer every summer. Well, that might be the most Capricorn thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry that you hate summer, but you know, it's good for Capricorns to be out in the sun, enjoying the summer. That's actually very good for us. Full moon in your second house, Capricorns. Full moon in Aquarius in your second house. So this could be around that full moon, August 9th. You know, the end of an income stream, the end of values that no longer serve you anymore. Could also be highlighted to you something that could become a new income stream or gift and talent. Remember, Aquarius rules online, the internet, the woo-woo side of things. Also, Aquarius is working with friends and teams, can be coming up. New moon on August 23rd is in your 9th house. Ooh, we might have some Capricorns traveling to a foreign location. Really good time for travel, publishing, expanding your knowledge, taking a course or a workshop. So that's a beautiful light new moon for the Capricorns on August 23rd. Okay, let's pull a card for all my Cappies out there for the month of August. Also, Spirit wants me to acknowledge Saturn is conjunct Neptune in the same sign and degree until August 15th, starting tomorrow, July 30th. So for the whole collective, we're going through a huge ending of the matrix. And, you know, the planets ruled by Saturn and Neptune, Capricorn, Uranus, and Pisces, can be really feeling that dissolving energy of like work situations, responsibilities, things that have to do with our parents, health. We're getting a lot of Pentacle cards. Okay, Capricorn, 7 of Pentacles. Look back on what you have achieved and set new goals. Planning, progress, perseverance, diligence, reflection, necessity, remembering. So, and I keep getting this message the past few months very strong. There will be plans that are going to change. There will be goals that are going to change. We are living in Saturn-Neptune conjunction time. So the ways that the world and the structures have been up until this point, and what is accomplishment and what is a value and what even are certain work roles, those are changing. Be open to the plans changing, okay? And acknowledge all that you've achieved. Acknowledge what are your real gifts and talents, and are you doing something work-wise because that's something that your parents wanted you to do or was programmed from you from a system, or, you know, do you want to be doing something else? So there can be changes happening with the work, different opportunities, and a good time to set new goals after Mercury's retrograde around that new moon, 0 degrees of Virgo. Have an amazing month. Okay, next we move to our Saggies. Saggies, we've got Jupiter exalted in Cancer, conjunct Venus, exact on August 12th. That's good for all of us, but particularly good for our Sagittarius sun, moon risings. That's the luckiest aspect we can have. So Sagittarians and Pisces ruled by Jupiter, Libras and Tauruses ruled by Venus. Woo! That's some luck right there, August 12th in the sign of Cancer. Really, really cool. So you can be feeling bright and positive and expansive and having some nice opportunities coming in around August 12th. We've got the full moon in Aquarius. on the 9th, happening in your 3rd house. So that's a full moon where you're letting go of things having to do with your local community, your mind, how you communicate, issues with friends, siblings, cousins, maybe coming up to the surface. That's a great full moon for you to be connecting with like-minded community, going to some event near where you live. You could even meet some new friends. New moon in Virgo on August 23rd, happening in your 10th house. Ooh. Saggies, I'm seeing a lot of positive energy for work, increased abundance, opportunities. Okay, that August 23rd new moon, 0 degrees of Virgo in your 10th house, that is badass for setting intentions around your work, your legacy, your long-term goals, how you can be of service out into the world. So I love that for you guys. Let's pull a card for our Saggies for the month. Wow, there's a lot of Saggies in the chat. Cool. The Page of Cups appears again. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Sweetness, gentleness, reflective, intuition, sensitivity. This is making me feel, Saggies. Okay. A couple things. Number one, many of you with Virgo, Sagittarius risings, Saggies in the solar charts, you guys have Virgo in the 10th house. There's going to be opportunities for many Saggies to maybe step into a healing arts field or a way where you can utilize your intuition or creativity. I'm not saying you literally need to become a professional psychic or something like that, but you're being invited to connect deeper into your sensitivities and share that through your work and your career, maybe even through a healing arts field for some of you guys. I'm also feeling from this, you know, we've got Jupiter, your ruler, in Cancer now. There's an invitation to, and this is a weird message, but settle down somewhere. Okay. You guys, you're meant to travel. Traveling is good for you, but there's also an invitation. Like I'm seeing spirit, like Saggy, settle down, get grounded into a certain place. Okay. And in particular, this is our last full month of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. When we get into the fall and all those outer planets go back into Pisces and Taurus, other than Pluto, Pluto's going to stay in Aquarius, it's going to get fucking weird. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's going to get weird. Where some of you guys might not like me saying this, but I don't think it's the best time to be traveling from... Use your discernment, but and I am going to be, I'm saying that as someone, I am traveling. I'm back and forth from Belgium. We're moving to Alberta. Like I have to travel because I'm just doing that right now. But if possible, unless it's absolutely necessary, like just get grounded into a place, okay? Because it's going to be freaking weird. And your family's probably going to need you. Okay, Saggies, you're very wise. You see the higher perspective, you're the philosophers, you're intuitives as well. Like there's something about home, like you're needed at home by others, but it's also good for you to get grounded into a place. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Love you guys. Oh no, we've got to the crazy Scorpios. Scorpio, it never ends. It never ends. It never ends. Never ends. This month, we've got lots of aspects with our traditional ruler, Mars. We are ruled by Pluto, but we are also ruled by Mars. Okay, so what I said for the whole collective, that also goes for Scorpios. 5 of Wands. Be mindful of unnecessary conflict and argument. Scorpios, you know, we can be scary. Okay, let's just be honest. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Pluto on the IC. Holy Toledo. I don't care what anybody says. Any Scorpio sun, moon, rising right now is a volcano about to erupt. With that Pluto on the IC for the next few years. So you may think, oh, Meg's wrong. I'm a Scorpio. I'm fine. I can handle myself. I'm not going to have a freak out. And then the next day you freak the fuck out at your mom or your partner over something that's not that big of a deal. Okay. So you got one ruler, Mars, opposite Saturn, opposite Neptune, in multiple exact aspects being activated. Mars is the anger and the frustration and the volatility, war. And Pluto on our IC is like, there's all this stuff from the past that we're too scared to deal with, or we're too scared to share with other people. And maybe some of you Scorpios have. Good for you if you've done the healing work. Just continue to be mindful, Scorpio. Continue to love yourself, work on yourself. If you start to feel those intense emotions, I can feel it as I'm talking about it. Just, I'm feeling the energy for Scorpios this month. Yeah, full moon in our 4th house, you guys. Oh my God, it's our emotional house. I'm just going to say around the beginning of the month, that full moon is on August 9th. We're in the portals the 3 days before and after. I'm not wishing this upon Scorpios, but if you have like an emotional, I don't want to use the word breakdown. I want to say, if you just let your emotions out in a healthy way, whether that's you processing them on your own spiritually or creative, or talking to a therapist, or letting yourself be vulnerable with someone that actually cares about you. Okay, that's the hardest thing for Scorpio. Just let it out. Okay, so you're going to be emotional the beginning of the month. You may have some freakouts. You're not going crazy. You're releasing things from the past. There's a lot of healing energy from Scorpios. And you can be really feeling that Mars. Like things can be making you angry or frustrated very easily. Rah, rah, rah. So this is literally a good month for Scorpios, literally to do therapy. I keep saying that to you guys with Pluto on the IC. Punch a punching bag, whatever you need to do to process the intense emotions coming up. Full moon's in our 4th house. So we're emotional. That's major healing. That's family issues coming up. That's things having to do with our home. Maybe we're ending somewhere that we've been living and we're having to move to a new place. Lots of Scorpios are moving right now, right? New moon in Virgo later in the month is going to be lighter for us. Okay, new moon in Virgo is in our 11th house. Yay, Aquarius, that's lighter. Friends, group associations, long-term hopes and dreams. Beginning of the month, Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune, full moon in Aquarius in your 4th house. Okay, it's a lot. Later on in the month, you're feeling lighter, you're feeling renewed, you're feeling inspired. This is a great month. Like, go to a spa, go to a spiritual retreat, go camping in nature. Scream in your pillow in a healthy way, like let it out. Deborah, I have Mars in Scorpio and do feel these emotions building. Yeah, if you've got Mars in Scorpio, that can definitely be coming up for you for sure. Does it make sense, Scorpios? Does it make sense? I'm feeling the word renewal very strong. And as you let go and as you process the emotions and as you're vulnerable with others and you surrender to that and you don't hide everything in, then with that beautiful new moon in Virgo, that's a beautiful breath of fresh air on August 23rd of new friends, new energy, new hopes and dreams, new opportunities. Excuse me. Scorpios, 7 of Wands. There may be challenges ahead. you can face them. Competition, challenge, struggle, advantage, gain, overcoming, defense. You guys know I'm honest with you guys, okay? If there's good transits for a sign, I'm honest with you about that. If there's things that can be a little bit rocky, I'm honest with you about that. Scorpios, it's nothing negative happening to you. It's your emotions coming to the surface, whether you like it or not. Bonus card, 5 of Wands. That was one of our collective cards. Maybe there needs to be, maybe somebody needs to see how you really feel, which is kind of scary, Scorpios, but maybe you need to be honest with something about someone, which may bring some intensity to the surface. Spirit's saying, Scorpios, look forward to this month because, again, renewal, healing of family issues and karma in particular, where you've been hurt and things from the past. Okay, so I don't want you guys to be scared. It's actually a month of like really big healing breakthroughs and emotional breakthroughs. Love you guys. Melissa says, I have Mercury in Scorpio. Most people can't handle the truth. That's the story of a Scorpio's life, literally. Okay, Libras. Libras. We've got your ruler Venus in Cancer. Okay, it's a very different energy. We've come from the underworld of the Scorpios. Now we're going to the Libras. Libras, woo! Look at that beautiful Venus has just ingressed into Cancer, is going to be conjunct Jupiter on August 12th. Aren't you the lucky duckies with the Tauruses? And the Saggies and the Pisces. A beautiful, beautiful aspect. Enjoy it. Venus enters Leo on August 25th. Very creative, very romantic, fun, and playful. This is a nice month for you guys. Larry says, be gentle. I always try to be a little bit more gentle with the Libras and the Pisces, because if I'm not, sometimes they get mad at me. Holy Jesus. Jeez Louise. But no, I love the Libras. Beautiful, beautiful full moon in Aquarius in your 5th house. Beautiful new full moon. I can't even talk. Beautiful full moon to be showcasing your gifts and talents, healing inner child issues, spending time with children, romance. Ooh, if you're a single Libra, we all know how much a Libra loves romance. And you've got Aquarius in your 5th house. So if you're a single Libra, be open to something different. Be open to someone that's not the usual, because that can be coming up with this full moon. Very creative new moon full moon for you as well. Sorry, guys, I'm mixing up my words. New moon in Virgo on August 9th, August 23rd. Oh my God, I can't talk. Let me spray some sage. Why am I having a hard time speaking to the Libras? Do you guys need to say something that you haven't said? Okay. New moon in Virgo on August 23rd. I'm going to talk like that. Happening in your 12th house. Another very creative lunation. That's a beautiful new moon for setting intentions around your spirituality, creativity, faraway places. You're making your dreams a reality, doing visualization, doing a vision board. Also, the 12th house does have to do with our health and our immunity and healing journey as well. So that's a great new moon for all of us, and for you in the Aries in particular, to be setting new health routines. Very, very cool. Okay, Libras, let's see what your card is. What is the card for the Libras for August? Ooh, 8 of Wands. We're getting a lot of Wands and Earth. I don't think, did we get any major arcana for any of the signs? I don't think so. Let me know if I'm wrong, you guys, if any of you remember. It's been a lot of wands and earth and pentacles. Libra, take action on your ideas. Full moon in your 5th house. Venus conjunct Jupiter. Movement, speed, quick decisions, change, boldness. You're receiving news. Positive news. You're having bright, new, creative ideas. Believe in yourself. Move forward with your ideas, maybe after Mercury retrograde is over on August 11th. Just saying. Yay. Lots of things coming up. Okay, next we go to our Virgos. Have we got any Virgos here? Virgos, Mercury is retrograde. Your ruler is retrograde until August 11th. And it's a funky one. So double check, triple check everything. Okay. It's a very strange Mercury retrograde. If you're feeling like, I can't think straight, I can't analyze straight, oh, what's going on? It's because it's crazy ass Mercury retrograde. Will be direct August 11th. We've got Mercury in Leo all month. That's very fun and bright and playful. Positive aspects with Mercury all month. We've got no adverse aspects. So that's nice for you in the Geminis. Full moon in Aquarius in your 6th house on August 9th. So that's a great full moon to literally, Virgos, be doing some physical cleansing, decluttering of your office space. I know you guys love to do that, of your day-to-day spaces, your physical body, trying new health, alternative healing modalities, breakthroughs in your health around that full moon. New moon in Virgo. In your sign, you're having 2 new moons in a row, including a new moon solar eclipse. That'll be next month. New moon 0 degrees of Virgo on August 23rd. That is a beautiful new moon for intention setting, new beginnings for yourself, paying attention to positive opportunities coming forward. I keep hearing Spirit say, showcase your gifts and talents out into the world. Love it. Let's pull a card for our Virgos for the month. And Virgos, take a deep breath, because once we enter September, we enter your sun sign season and eclipse season in your sign and also in Pisces. Yeah, okay, that's so funny. 4 of Swords. We've got a sword. Rest, recharging, reflection, take time out, and answers will come. I always like to recommend the few weeks leading up to an eclipse, which is most of August, the whole month of an eclipse, which is September, and the few weeks after, which is going until October. If you've got an eclipse in one of your sun, moon, and rising signs, take it easy. Don't overbook your schedule. Rest. Do some energy work. Do some physical, spiritual cleansing. Recharge. Okay. It feels like for the Virgos, like, take a step back. And it's interesting too, because before this eclipse season, we've got Mercury retrograde. There's a need to really take a conscious step back and look at everything maybe from a new perspective, make more time for sleep, meditation, whatever you like to do to recharge, so that you can handle the really potent eclipse season. Absolutely life-changing for the collective and for you coming up in September. Okay, love you guys. And next we move to our Leos. Again, happy birthday to all our August Leos. And we do have a Mercury retrograde in your sign happening this month. So if you have Leo placements between, let me see, Mercury retrograde started at, I think, 15 degrees of Leo. So if you've got Leo placements between 15 degrees to, I think, 4 degrees. You'll have conjunctions to those placements with Mercury retrograde. So, again, taking a step back, rest, recuperation, double checking everything. We've got a full moon Leo in your 7th house on August 9th. This is a time of endings, completion, and illumination, having to do with your relationships, commitments, your aesthetic. Other people in your life may be going through some big, shocking, weird changes where you may need to be in a supportive role. Aquarius does rule divorce and separation. So a full moon in Aquarius in your 7th house. I'm not saying every Leo, sun, moon, or rising is going to get a divorce or separation, but there will be many Leos maybe going through a breakup or a separation of a marriage, a work partnership, a friend, a committed relationship. That can be a big theme, okay? And we got a new moon in Virgo in your 2nd house. This is an amazing new moon on August 23rd to be doing, what do you guys think? Abundance and manifestation work, calling in new income streams, being open to new abundance opportunities, being open to new pleasure and enjoyment of life, creating new routines around the food we eat. 2nd house of Taurus is the food we eat. Okay, the things that bring us pleasure on a regular basis. So that's a very fun and light new moon for you. We do have, there is an intense aspect with that. What the heck was that? Let me refresh my memory here. Yeah, Sun square Uranus. It's not a malefic planet, though. It's not going to be heavy. It's just going to be kind of strange with that new moon. But I definitely see the full moon being a little bit more heavier than the new moon later on in the month. Definitely a lot going on with the people around you during that full moon in Aquarius. And love that new moon happening August 23rd. Don't forget to set your intentions. Okay, Leos, let's pull a card for you for the month of August. Page of Swords. Okay, now we're starting to get some swords coming in. Page of Swords. Take your time to think before you act. Restless, energetic, talkative, eager, curious, aggressive. Okay, that makes a lot of sense with a Mercury retrograde in your sign of Leo. Okay, we definitely want to be from now until August 11th, taking a step back, thinking before we're speaking. It feels like you guys are very passionate, inspired. You're wanting to move forward, and I've been saying this, later this month going into September is huge world changes where, again, some goals and plans may change. So if certain things aren't working out, you might want to sit tight on that because that might be happening for a reason. The Lovers card as a clarifier. Wow. So be mindful of love relationships. There may be some miscommunication, misunderstandings that get easier to deal with after the Mercury retrograde. When Mercury goes direct on the 11th, celebrate the love in your life. Ooh, maybe even that full moon might be bringing in some new lovers to some of you Leos, or through challenges, shadow work that comes up, you upgrade to another level of the relationship. Very cool. Okay. Love you, Leos. And next we're going to move to our Cancers. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Happy birthday. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? We're not in July. Sorry, guys. Hope you had a happy birthday. Cancer, July Cancers, June Cancers. Venus conjunct Jupiter in your sign. Oh my God. Wowzers. Okay. So that is happening exact at 14 degrees Let me double check that. I think it's 14 degrees. Venus conjunct Jupiter. Let me double check. Yeah, 14 degrees, which is a Taurus degree. Woo, woo. That's awesome. So if you have anything 14 degrees of Cancer or within 5 degrees either side, Cancers, that is very lucky and positive conjunction for you happening on August 12th and the days surrounding that. Okay, love it, love it, love it. Full moon in Aquarius on August 9th happening in your 8th house with that Venus-Jupiter conjunction happening. That is, you can literally be receiving new love, receiving a soulmate. I feel like the 8th house is really underrated. The Scorpio house is very underrated for soulmates and love partners. People typically think about the 5th house of Leo, 7th house of Libra, which of course rules romance and relationships. 5th house of Leo is sexual affairs, dating, one-night stands, not so serious relationships. Libra is the committed relationship in the marriage. But then 8th house of Scorpio is the connection on the soul level and the depths of the relationship. So having a full moon in your 8th house with Venus and Jupiter conjunction Cancer, whether you're in a relationship or not, that's a deepening of your sex life, your intimacy, your love relationships, possibly receiving inheritance or gifts or very great opportunities from powerful people, up level of your psychic gifts as well. Amazing full moon for releasing shadow work, any heaviness that's been weighing you down. New moon in Virgo on August 23rd is in your 3rd house. So that's very fun. That's a new moon that it's great for you to be going out in your local community, spending time with neighbors, friends, siblings, cousins, learning new things, starting a new course, teaching, short distance travel. That's very nice and uplifting for your whole day-to-day life, setting any intentions having to do with those 3rd house areas is fantastic. So even though you got a full moon in your 8th house, that's looking pretty badass to me for our Cancers. Let's see what your tarot card is for the month of August. Wow, Jenny, your Chiron is at 14 degrees Cancer. Whoa, that's awesome. That is awesome. Cancers, you got the Hierophant. Okay, understand your beliefs, values, and boundaries. I always feel like with the Hierophant, when he comes through, this is like a no joke card, which may sound kind of stupid, but it's a no joke energy. He's very serious, very determined, very aware of his power and the wisdom that he has to share. Okay, so I feel like the Hierophant may be saying there may be a new teacher or guide coming into your life, or that makes sense with that new moon in your 3rd house, like a significant new study or subject coming into your life, or course or workshop. So this is a powerful month of like receiving wisdom and new information coming forward. Very cool. Sending lots of love your way. And we got a few more signs. Next, we go to our Geminis. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, you are having Mercury retrograde in Leo. Your ruler Mercury is retrograde until August 11th, and Mercury in Leo all month. Mercury is also in positive aspects all throughout the month. So, just if you're feeling a little off or weird, Mercury is retrograde, you're not going crazy. Okay, you and the Virgos. It's a wonky one for sure. So triple checking everything, being mindful of your communication, misunderstandings, right? We've got full moon in your 9th house. So that's a full moon where some of you guys around August 9th might be traveling, graduating from a program, publishing, ending like a subject you've been learning or a teacher that you've been learning with. It's a great full moon to be assessing your beliefs and maybe doing like releasing limiting belief healing work as well. New moon in Virgo on August 23rd is in your 4th house. That's a beautiful new moon for cleaning out the home. Virgo is about cleaning, decluttering, buying new property, moving into a new place, new beginnings, having to do with home and family and your homeland. Also great for, setting a routine around your emotional healing and self-care. Be beautiful to do around then. And let's pull a card for our Geminis for this month of August. Oh my God, we're all of a sudden getting so many swords, the Queen of Swords. Your clear communication expresses what's best for all. Communication will get more clear for you after Mercury's direct on August 11th, okay? Intelligent, quick, complexity, graceful, observant perspective. There's very powerful ideas and communications that are happening for you this month. So believe in yourself, okay? That's interesting too, because that full moon is in your 9th house. So there may be like realizations that certain beliefs, teachers, guides, even subjects no longer resonate with you, or you may be complete with something and you're moving on to something new to focus on in terms of a subject, in terms of, I'm hearing Spirit say, something in your toolkit. So pay attention to the words that are being said, the communication you're putting out, and others and how they use their words. Love you, Geminis. Next, we go to Taurus. Taurus, we've got your ruler Venus in Cancer, where she likes to be. Venus conjunct Jupiter, exact August 12th. Okay, your ruler's Venus. So amazing aspect for you guys. Be open to the positivity, blessings, abundance that's going to bring. Venus enters Leo on August 25th. We've got full moon in Aquarius in your 10th house. Wow. That is a big full moon happening right at the top of your chart, having to do with your long-term goals, work, career, parents, older people, authority figures in your life. So there can be some work changes. There can be the ending of a job or a work situation, the ending of a long-term goal, or maybe there's a goal that's been realized and there's new ones to create. Okay, Taurus, it's interesting because you've got Aquarius in the 10th house. Taurus is all about groundedness and the earth and stability and comfort. Aquarius is the opposite of that. So in terms of our legacy and career, we can actually be in kind of weird roles, or it's good for us to be open to strange opportunities or different ways of doing things. That can be coming up as a theme with the full moon. Yay, we have a new moon in Virgo in our 5th house. I am a Taurus rising, so that's why I'm saying our 5th house. Yay, yay, yay. On August 23rd, new moon in the 5th house, beautiful for setting intentions and new beginnings around creative projects, artistry, showcasing your gifts and talents out into the world, honoring your inner child, spending time with children, having fun. That's a fun one. Yes, Linda, the fun house. Woohoo. So that's awesome, Taurus. This is a good month. We'll see what your tarot card is, but I think Taurus, this is a really good month for you guys. Cool. What's our card for Tauruses this month? Ooh. Oh. Oh my God. 10 of Cups. Everything you've planned has worked out. Belonging, happiness, lasting success, home, feeling blessed, generosity, contentment, family. This is a badass month for the Tauruses. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Believe in yourself. Say yes. I'm hearing Spirit say yes. Say yes to the good opportunities, to the gifts, to the blessings, to the love, to the compliment. The compliments, the more you say yes, the more you attract yes. Spirit saying, and this is literally like dreams can be coming true this month. Congratulations. Things are getting better. Taurus, Uranus is out of your sign. Thank frickin' God. Oh my God. Since 2018, now the Geminis can go deal with Uranus in their sign. Oh my God. Curious to hear from my fellow Tauruses, like, what was Uranus and Taurus like for you? For me, it was a frickin' shit show. And of course, Uranus is at fall in Taurus, so Geminis, it's not going to be as challenging. That was really hard, Tauruses. That's like one of the hardest things we're ever going to have to go through. So it's over. We're going to have, Uranus is going to go retrograde. I'll be honest with you. We'll have one last stint of Uranus and Taurus. So that's going to be from September 6th to February 4th. Okay, but it's the end. It's not, we've already been through the whole thing. Diana says, nightmare. Yeah, so this is a month where, okay, Uranus is not in our sign. Venus is conjunct Jupiter. New moon in our 5th house. Enjoy. Okay, Aries. I know you hate being last. Thank you so much for your patience. Probably there's Aries watching the replay that just went, I'm going to put the timestamp, went like right to the timestamp of Aries. All good. I understand. You're in Aries. Okay, Aries, we got a lot of aspects with Mars this month. So similar message as the Scorpios, which you may or may not have listened to, which is totally okay. Emotional volatility, anger, frustration, but also passion, also inspiration. So there's emotional highs and lows this month. And it's not negative things happening to you, like Spirit's saying that. Scorpios and Aries, it's not negative things happening to you. It's you're feeling very passionate, whether that's you're being triggered in a frustrated way, or you're feeling really happy and turned on by something, right? Your ruler Mars enters Libra on August 6th. So there's a big emphasis on other people in your life, your relationships, your commitments, contracts, obligations throughout the month. Full moon in Aquarius in your 11th house. So that's going to be, woo. That's going to be a trippy dippy one for the Aries. It's a strong one with that grand air trine with Pluto and Uranus. So be open to new things and be open to endings that are kind of weird. Right, Aries? There may be a friendship or a group association or a dream that's like come to an ending where you didn't think that that was going to come to an ending. But what's that saying? I always mess up that saying. God's rejection. Oh my God, I always mess up that saying. God's rejection is like divine's protection or something like that. I'm hearing that for you. I'm hearing that for you. New moon in Virgo in your 6th house, Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. With that Saturn Neptune conjunction in your sign at an Aries degree. If you're in Aries with Aries placements at 1 degrees of Aries or the first 5 degrees of Aries or 6 degrees of Aries, you're having that Saturn Neptune conjunction right on your placement. Be very mindful of your health and your self-care. Okay. Huge dissolving of things that don't serve you really going on for the Aries this month. And that new moon in Virgo on the 23rd is a beautiful one for setting new intentions around health, your day-to-day schedule, work, new pets. So this is a really big month for the Aries, actually. And it's interesting as I'm connecting with the Aries, I'm feeling my chest feels kind of weird. So if you're like trying to move really fast, stop. Saturn and Neptune are retrograde in your sign. We're in a retrograde city. Calm down. It feels like a lot of you guys are like being Aries, trying to move really, really fast. Chill. Okay. Regulate your nervous system. This is not a time to be full steam ahead, full guns blazing, starting new things. It's a time to chill. Doesn't mean you can't be doing things. I'm not saying be lazy and sit on your butt. I'm just saying don't rush into things. Be mindful of impatience. Be mindful of where we're trying to force things. Okay, Aries? Yeah, Laura, health is wealth. Totally. Indigo Phoenix, Aries Sun, Pisces rising, been having chest tightness. Yeah. Like lie on the grass, get in a salt bath if you're having that. Go outside. Kristen says, I think I'll switch to being a Taurian this month. Yikes. We all have, everything is a cycle, right? So some months there's signs that they're maybe processing a lot more, might be more of a challenge. Other months we're having really nice transits. Life is the light and the dark, right? Let's pull a card for the Aries. But it's like a test month for the Aries. Are you going to let that shit go? Are you going to take a step back if you need to and be patient if something isn't working out and be able to look at it in that reflective way? Queen of Wands. Didn't we start with this? The Pisces got this and the Aries got this. We started and ended with the 12 sign readings with the Queen of Wands. So this is also for all of us. You can always call on your natural confidence. Well, you guys are freaking confident. You and the Leos are like the most confident. So you got that. Okay, we know that you've got that, Spirit saying. You are that. So I'm going to pull another one. That's interesting. 4 of Pentacles. Where are you holding on too heavy to something that just isn't working? That can also be why the chest may be feeling weird. My precious. Right? Where are you holding on too heavy to something? Holding on too tight can stop you from moving forward. That's so weird. That can literally be connected to the chest. Control, stability, security, rank. I have to keep going with this work thing because that's what I had in mind. And I'm the leader and okay. Aries, for you, the Capricorns, the Aquarians, and the Pisces being the most affected by the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, please surrender. Ace of Cups. Please surrender. Open your heart and receive the emotions around you. Some things might not work out this month that you wanted to, that you've been holding really tightly to, but it's because there's even better things to come that we're right at the precipice of. And you are not a failure. Are you freaking kidding me? You guys are the opposite of a failure. Okay? So if something doesn't work out, it's not because you didn't try. It's not because you didn't put your all into it. It's just because the matrix is literally dissolving and you guys move really fast. Oh, that job looks good right over there. Okay, I'll get the degree and I'll get it first and I'll be first in my class and I'll be the leader of that thing. The Saturn is dissolving. Okay, so if something's coming to an ending, whether that's a work situation, a relationship, Mars and Libra, you're not a failure. You are not a failure. You are not a victim either. So you should be very proud of yourself. Okay, Aries, hope that resonated with you. And we've gone through all our signs. And want to mention before I finish up again that our lovely Carla at Ascension Organites has these new Beyond Mystic and Sending Ravens t-shirts available, special edition at ascensionorganites.com. Excuse me. I have got the freaking burps. I'm so sorry, you guys. I've been like burping a few times throughout this video. You can use code Beyond Mystic to get 10% off. These t-shirts look really cool. Also today on Beyond Mystic, we've got the As Above, So Below show. Ashala and I are going to be doing at 7 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, so looking forward to seeing you guys there. RCA says, Meg, not to sound like I'm testing you, but it would be fun to go over the last month to see what things happened that match the predictions. It would help us also to make those connections. Thanks. That's a very good point, RCA. And I don't know if you ever watch any of my other videos, but I feel like I do bring that up on a regular basis. Let me know if you guys think I could do a better job at that. But I do feel like I'm constantly bringing that up, and I'm not trying to do that in an egotistical way, but just to prove that the astrology is real. So yeah, don't know if I'd want to do a whole separate video on like, here's my predictions from the past month that were real. I'll bring it up on my daily astro shows. I'll bring it up on any show if there's been something that has happened. Thank you for your comment. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic channels. And if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, those are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is in the description box below. Linda says, you do bring that up a lot. Lots of famous people dying the past 10 days. Yeah, and I said that the whole past week before it happened. So I do bring it up, not because I'm trying to be like, look at me, I predicted this right. It's literally in the astrology, right? Okay, love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later on Beyond Mystic for As Above, So Below with Ashala. Bye, everybody. Have a magical August.